There's a little bit of wind in the air today here at Killarney International Raceway, as we're getting ready to get things underway. Taking the second spot is Renier Leach. Melvin Gauss lines up in third place as the engines rev and the race begins.
And like many others, they are starting the race on the medium's tyre compound.
Peter Grobler is fourth. Ryan Pay is going to be starting from fifth. Sitting in sixth is Johan Niemand.
It's the medium's tyres for Johan Niemand.
From the middle of the pack, we have Donovan Liu in seventh place on the starting grid. On the eighth grid slot we have Mike Ramsey.
Mike Ramsey will have wanted a better start than eighth.
The ninth starting position belongs to James Leach SNR, who will be looking to make up ground early on.
Starting on the medium's tyres.
Caden Scott will be looking to gain ground quickly as they start from 10th on the grid. Chantel de Jager may have a bit of work to do starting from 11th on the grid.
They're a fighter, and they won't give up until they've crossed the finish line.
Leon van Leenden has some work to do from 12th on the grid, but they're not out of the race yet. Green light, and the race begins. As drivers jockey for position, they must be cautious of potential pile-ups.
This is where the real action begins. The drivers will be jostling for position and trying to gain any advantage they can.
Absolutely. It's a crucial part of the race, and the drivers will need to be on top of it to make it through here unscathed.
The first sector is always a bit of a nail-biter. With so many cars bunched together, one small mistake can be disastrous.
They'll need to keep their wits about them and stay focused if they want to come out of this section unscathed. It's brilliant to see such a full grid here today.
What a beautiful day for racing here at Killarney International Raceway. This is going to be good to watch.
They say the early bird catches the worm, and Tyler Scott is proving it today, snatching up positions right from the get-go.
Talk about hitting the ground running. But, as we know, it's not how you start but how you finish that counts.
It's true what they say, John, you're never completely useless.
Indeed, Lucy, you can always be used as a bad example. That's some bad luck for Ryan Pay, they just couldn't hold on to it, but they can always regroup and get on the attack.
Fantastic move from Ryan Pay, who has just gained a position.
Absolutely, Ryan Pay is really putting on a clinic out there, and they're making it look easy.
It's neck and neck, the closest battle we've seen in a while.
It's a thrilling battle for position as these two drivers give it their all. This is racing at its finest.
Great driving from Peter Grobler, who has just gained a place and moved up to first.
Impressive. Peter Grobler is really showing their skill and determination out there.
Disappointing for Peter Grobler, they now find themselves in second. A tough moment for Peter Grobler, who has just lost a place, dumping them down to second. He can't hold on, Peter Grobler is losing time to Melvin Gauss.
That's a worrying sign for Peter Grobler.
Peter Grobler wants to find a way round Melvin Gauss. A setback for Peter Grobler, who has just been passed. Stop the press. Oradel Maxwagozel has pulled into the pits. Peter Grobler is not able to keep their pace consistent. So far they are 0.92 seconds down. It's a close race between Ryan Pay and Renier Leach in third.
This is the moment where legends are made. These drivers will go down in history as the ones who fought tooth and nail for the top spot.
The gap between Caden Scott and James Leach SNR may be wide, but that doesn't mean Caden Scott is safe. They have to keep their concentration and avoid any lapses in performance.
Absolutely, and on the other side of the equation, James Leach SNR can't afford to let up. They have to drive with intensity and focus, and wait for any opportunity to arise.
Looks like Ryan Pay is really pushing it to the limit. They're taking those curbs aggressively, but that can unsettle the car and cause handling issues.
Indeed, taking too much curb can upset the car's balance, leading to oversteer or understeer. It's all about maintaining that fine line between speed and control.
This one's going to be tough. Tyler Scott braking alert. Looks like that's a mistake from Ivan Lerm. This could be costly. It looks like Tyler Scott is in control. They're ahead of Johan Niemand by over a second, and it doesn't look like they're going to be challenged anytime soon. It looks like Johan Niemand is pushing hard to catch up to Tyler Scott. That's not a small gap, but Johan Niemand has what it takes to challenge for the position.
It's a nail-biting race for sure, with both drivers showing incredible skill and determination. But Tyler Scott is not going to give up the position easily. This is going to be a battle to the very end, with Johan Niemand in P9 doing everything they can to catch up.
A brilliant maneuver from Johan Niemand, who has just moved up the field.
Amazing stuff. Focus and precision, what it's all about.
The tension is building as Kenneth Ella trails behind Jaco de Beer. The gap is slowly but surely decreasing, and the pressure is mounting. Jaco de Beer is pushing to maintain the lead, while Kenneth Ella is working to close in and challenge for the position. Oh my, Tyler Scott is hot on the tail of Johan Niemand. As they come into back straight, I'm sure they may have a cheeky peek up the inside.
If things go wrong between Tyler Scott and Johan Niemand, they could be exchanging more than just paint, like maybe a strongly worded post-race chat.
Tyler Scott is pushing hard and has reduced the gap to Johan Niemand to 0.1 seconds. They're giving it everything they've got. It's a battle of nerves as they push the limits of adhesion, going wheel to wheel in a thrilling display of racing prowess. The crowd is on the edge of their seats as Robert Stoltz in 16th chases after Kenneth Ella. The delta is just over a second, and you can feel the tension in the air. Robert Stoltz needs to find a way to close the gap. Kenneth Ella is running 15th. They are trying to catch Jaco de Beer. This is going to be a nail-biter. Jaco de Beer is defending for their life, but Kenneth Ella is right there doing everything they can to force a mistake.
It's not over yet. Kenneth Ella is right on Jaco de Beer's tail, and if they can find just a little bit of extra speed, they might be able to make a move.
Things are starting to get tense as Kenneth Ella manages to close the gap to Jaco de Beer. It's now down to 0.3 seconds. Melvin Gauss is placed first at the moment. They are hoping to keep their distance ahead of Peter Grobler, who is 0.3 seconds behind. The crowd is on its feet as Peter Grobler chases down Melvin Gauss through Stanek.
As a former driver, I can tell you there's nothing quite like the adrenaline rush when you're this close to your rival, ready to make your move.
It seems like Peter Grobler is struggling. They are not able to maintain their pace.
Peter Grobler needs to refocus and start putting in the lap times we know they're capable of.
Melvin Gauss is not able to keep their pace consistent. So far they are 0.42 seconds down.
Melvin Gauss needs to refocus and start putting in the lap times we know they're capable of.
The race is heating up as Renier Leach in third closes in on Peter Grobler. The gap is just over a second, and I'm sure they are going to do everything possible to try and close the distance. They're not giving up without a fight. Impressive driving from Melvin Gauss, who has braking update. Now I may be wrong here, but I'm not sure that's the racing line. It seems like Melvin Gauss is struggling. Their last lap time was a bit off the pace of Peter Grobler. The intensity is off the charts as Peter Grobler hounds Melvin Gauss, both drivers pushing themselves to the absolute limit.
If Peter Grobler isn't careful, they might end up turning this high-speed chase into a synchronized spinning routine, and trust me, that's not a crowd pleaser.
It looks like we might get a battle between Peter Grobler and Melvin Gauss.
That's a great effort from Peter Grobler. They need to keep up the pressure and see if they can make a move.
Look at the way the drivers are hugging those corners. It's like they're on rails.
Speaking of rails, did you know that the first racetrack was built on a railway?
Hold that thought. Hold the phone. A great moment for Peter Grobler, who has just gained a place and moved up the standings. It's a battle out there, each driver trying to outsmart and outmaneuver the other.
These two are putting on a masterclass in precision driving. Every turn, every acceleration, calculated to perfection.
It seems like Peter Grobler is struggling. They are not able to maintain their pace. During your racing career, John, how did you determine when it was the right time to pit for fresh tires due to tire degradation?
It was a combination of factors, Lucy. Monitoring lap times, communicating with the team about tire wear, and assessing the car's handling were all crucial in deciding when to...
Hold on a second. It's looking good for Peter Grobler, who has gained places and put some distance between themselves and Melvin Gauss.
Go, 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 that's what we want to see.
Peter Grobler is holding first, but Melvin Gauss is right on their tail.
Melvin Gauss is certainly pushing all they can, but the gap might just be too much. Unless Peter Grobler makes a mistake, it looks like they'll hold on to first.
The battle for one is heating up as Melvin Gauss tries to catch Peter Grobler in P1.
Sometimes you have to take risks to win, but pushing the car too hard can be a costly mistake. Melvin Goes needs to be careful not to overdo it.
Renier Leach is giving it their all as they chase down Melvin Gauss in P2.
We'll have to wait to see if Rainier Leach can use the draft to their advantage, or if the lack of downforce will hinder their progress.
It's a game of cat and mouse out there, with Ryan Pay trying to find the perfect opportunity to make a move on Renier Leach. The gap is over a second, but every fraction counts.
Indeed, the anticipation is high as Ryan Pay tries to reel in Rainier Leach. But Rainier Leach is not making it easy, maintaining a consistent pace. Ryan Pay needs to find a little extra speed to bring the fight to Rainier Leach and move up the field.
Tough break for Johan Niemand, who has just lost a position.
That's got to hurt. Johan Niemand will be kicking themselves right now.
No room for error here. Peter Grobler is breathing down the neck of Melvin Gauss, waiting for the perfect chance to make their move.
As an experienced driver, I can tell you that Peter Grobler must be laser focused on Melvin Gauss's every move, looking for the slightest weakness to exploit.
The gap between Johan Niemand and Caden Scott is razor thin as they vie for sixth in this nail-biting contest. Fantastic move from Johan Niemand, who has just gained a position.
That's what we like to see. Johan Niemand is really showing their class today.
This is what it's all about, folks. Peter Grobler is in hot pursuit of Melvin Gauss, who's just trying to stay ahead. It's a tale of two drivers right now, with Peter Grobler gaining places and Melvin Gauss losing them. Oh dear, Peter Grobler has dropped down to second.
Yes, but there's still plenty of race left. Peter Grobler needs to stay calm and focused, and make their move when the time is right.
Talk about being caught in the middle. Melvin Gauss is sandwiched between their rivals. Renier Leach 0.2 seconds behind and Peter Grobler 0. Hold up, breaking info. That won't be ideal for Caden Scott. The battle is on for Melvin Gauss. They're sandwiched between two rivals. Renier Leach 0.2 seconds away and Peter Grobler 0.2 seconds ahead. It's a true test of their racecraft.
I'm on the same page, Lucy. The gaps to the cars ahead and behind provide valuable context to understand the challenges faced by Melvin Goes. It's a constant juggling act, and they need to seize the right moment to gain an advantage.
And there it is. Peter Grobler has completed the race. Stop the press. Johan Niemand has decided to pit. Melvin Gauss never gave up. They drove with heart and determination, ultimately securing a well-deserved second-place finish.
Intense race, but Melvin Goes held their nerve and earned a great second place.
Excellent focus from Renier Leach to secure a fantastic third place on the podium. Fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh is Ryan Pay, James Leach SNR, Johan Niemand, and Tyler Scott. Leon van Leenden, James Leach, Chantal de Jager, and Caden Scott end in 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th. With Ronnie Jonker, Kenneth Ella, Robert Stoltz, and Mike Ramsey in 12th, 13th, 4th. Wait, it looks like Jaco de Beer has been called into the Chantal de Jaeger is on their practice out lap. It's a very still day here at Killarney International Raceway, as we're getting ready to kick things off. It's James Leach, sitting comfortably in second. The third place on the grid belongs to Leon van Leeuwen, a driver with plenty of experience.
The South African driver will be focused on a good result from here.
Tyler Scott is placed in fourth.
I think we are all looking forward to seeing what Tyler Scott can do from here.
Taking off from the fifth grid slot is the skilled driver, Johan Niemand.
It's like they're on the outside looking in, close enough to see the front without actually being there.
On the sixth grid slot we have James Leach SNR.
The South African driver has been driving the wheels off the Polo Super Cup 2026 in practice.
Ryan Pay is seventh.
It's the mediums tyre compounds for Ryan Pay.
As the engines roar to life, Renier Leach prepares to take off from the eighth position on the starting grid.
Who knows? They could be the dark horse that steals the show.
Melvin Gauss has qualified ninth.
Another mid-pack start for Melvin goes.
Peter Grobler will be looking to gain ground quickly as they start from 10th on the grid. Caden Scott has got their work cut out for them starting from 11th on the grid.
Caden Scott won't be too disappointed with 11th.
Ivan Lerm is lining up 18th.
Donovan Lau will be pressing Ivan Lerm hard.
The race has begun, full throttle ahead. This first lap is crucial, as drivers need to establish their position early on.
Maintaining composure is essential in this high-stakes environment. The ability to react and adapt will be the key to success.
A great start to the race there from Melvin Gauss. That's really gonna put the cat among the pigeons.
Yeah, a great start. Now Melvin goes just needs to keep it together and keep out of trouble.
It's brilliant to see such a full grid here today. Settling into a rhythm is going to be crucial here.
I'm looking forward to this one, Lucy, and we'll see a return to form for Johan Niemand in this outing in South Africa.
Ryan Pay is tearing up the track, making up positions like they're going out of style. Some great driving from Ryan Pay, who has increased their lead over Leon van Leeuwen and is starting to put some distance between them.
Agreed, Lucy, superb driving there. If they keep this up, this race should be a real thrill ride.
It looks like Renier Leach is pushing hard to catch up to Leon van Leeuwen. That's not a small gap, but Renier Leach has what it takes to challenge for the position.
That's right, Renier Leach in fourth knows they have to push to the limit if they want to catch up. But Leon van Leeuwen is no slouch, and they're going to be pushing just as hard. It's a battle of skill and will out there.
It's game on now. Renier Leach has closed the gap to Leon van Leeuwen. It's now down to 0.2 seconds. I don't think that's the fastest way around Killarney International Raceway. He's pulling away. Melvin Gauss is increasing the gap to Caden Scott. crowd is on its feet as Melvin Gauss chases down Renier Leach through Volkswagen.
It's going to be a close one. Melvin Goes will have to push hard to create an opportunity.
What a move! Melvin Gauss has moved up to 4th.
Amazing stuff. Focus and precision, what it's all about.
Now I may be wrong here, but I'm not sure that's the racing line. This is what separates the best from the rest. These drivers are demonstrating their racecraft, searching for any weakness to exploit. It's a true test of skill.
You're absolutely right, Lucy. The different strategies employed by these drivers add another layer of excitement. It's fascinating to see how they adapt their approach to gain a competitive edge.
This is going to be a nail-biter. Peter Grobler is defending for their life, but Caden Scott is right there doing everything they can to force a mistake.
Surely they've got enough in the tank to pull away. Gonna be interesting to watch this battle unfold.
Ryan Pay is placed first at the moment.
That's right, they can't afford to make any mistakes or let up in their performance. Every point counts in this championship.
It's a classic case of chasing down the car ahead for Tyler Scott, who is currently in P2. But Ryan Pay is not making it easy, and the gap remains over a second. This will require some expert driving from Tyler Scott.
It's going to be tough for Tyler Scott, as Ryan Pay seems to have found their rhythm. But anything can happen in racing.
Hold that thought. Hold the phone. Jaco de Beer is pitting. Impressive stuff from Melvin Gauss, who has managed to pull away from Peter Grobler, leaving them choking in their exhaust fumes.
That's exactly what Melvin Goes needed to do.
It's a challenging situation for Peter Grobler. They're sandwiched between their fierce competitors, Caden Scott 0.1 seconds away and Melvin Gauss 0.2 seconds ahead. They'll need to stay sharp and find an opportunity to make a move. Chantel de Jager seems to be putting the pressure on Kenneth Ella. Renzo Scott has the pedal to the metal chasing Kenneth Ella.
If you don't push the boundaries, you will never know where they are.
Hold on to your hats, folks. Peter Grobler is right on the heels of Caden Scott, and we're in for a wild ride. The crowd is on the edge of their seats as James Leach in 9th chases after Renier Leach. The delta is just over a second, and you can feel the tension in the air. James Leach needs to find a way to close the gap.
Indeed, the anticipation is high as James Leach tries to reel in Renier Leach.
Hold that thought. Hold the phone. Jaco de Beer is pitting. It's a game of cat and mouse out there, with Robert Stoltz trying to find the perfect opportunity to make a move on Ronnie Jonker. The gap is over a second, but every fraction counts.
This is where experience comes into play. Ronnie Jonker has been in this situation before and knows how to defend for position, but Robert Stoltz is hungry for success and won't give up easily.
This is where the skill and precision of the drivers really comes into play. Ronnie Jonker is chasing Renzo Scott in P13. It looks like Ronnie Jonker is making a move. The gap to Renzo Scott is now down to 0.2 seconds. Heartbreak for Ronnie Jonker, as they slip down the field.
Sucks to be them, Lucy.
A commanding performance from Ronnie Jonker, who has increased their lead over Renzo Scott, putting them firmly in their rearview mirrors.
That's a really strong performance from Ronnie Jonker. They're not giving Renzo Scott any chances to catch up.
The gap between Melvin Gauss and Peter Grobler is not insurmountable, but it's going to take a mistake from Melvin Gauss to bring Peter Grobler into play. Seems like Peter Grobler is getting in range of Melvin Gauss.
To achieve anything in this game, you must be prepared to
Braking development. I don't think that's the fastest way around Killarney International Raceway. The race is heating up as Peter Grobler in fourth closes in on Melvin Gauss. The gap is just over a second, and I'm sure they are going to do everything possible to try and close the distance. They're not giving up without a fight.
It's a nail-biting race for sure, with both drivers showing incredible skill and determination. But Melvin Gauss is not going to give up the position easily. This is going to be a battle to the very end, with Peter Grobler in P4 doing everything they can to catch up.
Things are going according to plan for Ryan Pay, who is currently first.
Yes, but they have to keep their focus and drive with intensity. There's still a long way to go in this race.
It's looking good for Tyler Scott, sitting in second. The action is heating up here as Melvin Gauss is in third, defending from Peter Grobler, who is only 0.3 seconds away.
That's right, Melvin Gauss is showing some great form, and it looks like Peter Grobler won't be able to catch up, barring any mistakes.
Well, it doesn't look like James Leach SNR is going to be much of a threat to anyone soon, let alone Peter Grobler. A strong showing from Donovan Liu, who is currently sixth. It may seem like Caden Scott is far behind, but James Leach can't afford to let their guard down. One mistake could give Caden Scott an opening to catch up.
Absolutely, and on the other side of the equation, Caden Scott can't afford to let up. They have to drive with intensity and focus, and wait for any opportunity to arise.
Rising to the occasion and claiming victory would help to cement this driver's legendary status. An impressive showing from Peter Grobler, who has gained positions and left Melvin Gauss in the dust.
Yes, but Peter Grobler can't rest on their laurels. They have to keep pushing to consolidate their position.
Oh dear, Peter Grobler has dropped down to fourth.
Yes, but there's still plenty of race left. Peter Grobler needs to stay calm and focused, and make their move when the time is right.
Peter Grobler is looking for an opportunity to get round Melvin Gauss.
It looks like they have the speed to make a move. I just hope they have the patience to do it cleanly.
Peter Grobler could be on a charge here, John. They have just put in a quicker lap than Melvin Gauss.
As long as Peter Grobler can maintain that consistency and pace, it will be interesting to see.
It's a tale of two drivers right now, with Peter Grobler gaining places and Melvin Gauss losing them.
Go, 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 that's what we want to see.
Peter Grobler is holding second, but Melvin Gauss is right on their tail.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for Melvin Gauss to make up that gap, especially with Peter Grobler defending so well.
It's a battle of wills out there, with James Leach SNR trying to outsmart and outmaneuver Tyler Scott. The gap is slowly closing, but time is running out. Situations like these often lead to a dramatic finish. Look at that, Melvin Gauss is hot on the tail of Peter Grobler.
We'll have to wait to see if Melvin Gauss can use the draft to their advantage, or if the lack of downforce will hinder their progress.
The delta between Kenneth Ella in 13th and Ronnie Jonker remains over a second, but Kenneth Ella is not letting up. They're pushing hard and looking for any opportunity to close. Braking development. I don't think that's the fastest way around Killarney International Raceway. The tension is building as Ivan Lerm trails behind Renzo Scott. The gap is slowly but surely decreasing, and the pressure is mounting. Renzo Scott is pushing to maintain the lead, while Ivan Lerm is working to close in and challenge for the position.
It's moments like these that make motorsports so exciting. We're witnessing a battle of skill and strategy between two great drivers, with Ivan Lerm in 15th determined to catch up. But we know Renzo Scott isn't just going to hand it to them on a plate, Ivan Lerm is going to have to take it. It should be an interesting battle to watch as long as they can close that gap.
This is where the skill and experience of the drivers really come into play. Kenneth Ella will need to stay focused and keep pushing, even when the gap seems insurmountable. It's not over until the checkered flag drops. A solid performance from Ronnie Jonker, who is holding down 12th.
Absolutely, and they need to keep driving with determination to stay in that position.
It looks like Jaco de Beer is pushing hard to catch up to Renier Leach. That's not a small gap, but Jaco de Beer has what it takes to challenge for the position. The pressure is on for Renier Leach as they try to catch up to Caden Scott.
With just 0.3 seconds between them, Renier Leach will need to close the gap to have hopes of a pass.
Things don't seem to be going Johan Niemann's way in this race, as that's a big gap they'll have to close to even be in with a shout for gaining a place here. It's all about consistency for Donovan Liu, who is currently 7th. It's a classic case of chasing down the car ahead for James Leach, who is currently in P6. But James Leach SNR is not making it easy, and the gap remains over a second. This will require some expert driving from James Leach. The battle for 4 is heating up as James Leach SNR tries to catch Tyler Scott in P4. As we come into the final moments of this epic race, Melvin Gauss is in the lead. Can they stay calm and bring home the bacon?
They'll be the ones celebrating at the finish line.
The leader has done it. What an incredible performance from Ryan Pay, who was simply untouchable today. This is a race that will go down in the history books.
You could feel the tension building throughout the race, but Ryan Pay remained focused and in control. That's what separates the winners from the pack.
Impressive second-place finish for Melvin Gauss.
Brilliant. Melvin Gauss showed great skill and determination to take second place.
What a race from Peter Grobler, showing their skill and determination for a great third-place finish. Taking 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th is Tyler Scott, James Leach SNR, and Donovan Liu. Johan Niemann, Caden Scott, Jaco de Beer, and Renier Leach take 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th. Ronnie Jonker, Kenneth Ella, Renzo Scott, and Leon van Leeuwen end in 12th, 13th, 14th, and 16th.